friends, I'm Erin Hullender. Did you know that sunshine is a vital ingredient in optimal overall health? Did you know that it is also critical to peak mental performance? This is true, says Dr. Nedley in his book, The Lost Art of Thinking. Bright light therapy plays an important role in brain function, from alleviating symptoms of depression to balancing circadian rhythms. Astrid Alauda once said, "When my heart is heavy, the sun helps make it light." I like that. Have you found that to be true? I know I have. Let me tell you a short story about Tracy. She stood hesitantly in her front hallway for a few moments before opening the front door of her home one morning. It was the first spring-like day after a lengthy Michigan winter. The snow had melted and trees were starting to bud. Tracy squinted a bit as she stepped out into the bright morning sunshine, happy to confirm that her toes were not freezing inside of her slippers. The birds trilled happy little songs, the sun beamed down on the sidewalk, and the promise of spring permeated the fresh morning air. She stood on her porch, basking in the warmth and light, feeling her skin tingle under the sun's rays. And then something incredible happened, or at least it seemed so to Tracy. She hadn't thought she had been depressed, yet suddenly everything seemed so much better. It literally felt like a ton of bricks was lifted from off of her shoulders, she says later to a friend. Like so many others who had shared her plight, Tracy's mood had been affected by the seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, a form of depression triggered by lack of, you guessed it, sunshine. Lack of sunshine. Sadly, technology has allowed us to miss out on much needed sunshine by providing us with an environment in which we can live and function indoors at any hour of the day or even night. Dr. Nedley says that most artificial, incandescent, and standard fluorescent lighting lacks the intensity of natural sunlight as well as the complete balanced spectrum of light which the sun so ably provides. Windows, windshields, eyeglasses, smog, and suntan lotion all contribute to this malillumination by filtering out segments of the light spectrum. Compounding the problem is the fact that as the days become shorter in the fall, many people do not get enough light to end the body's internal night. So as a result, bodies fail to shut off production of melatonin when morning comes. The effects of this failure set off a cascade of responses resulting in seasonal affective disorder, or SAD, as experienced by Tracy in the story earlier. The condition, which has the identical symptoms to depression, resolves when the individual is exposed to bright light from the sun. As the light enters the eyes, photoreceptors convert it into nerve impulses that travel along the optic nerve to the brain. These impulses trigger the hypothalamus gland, which in turn sends neurotransmitters to regulate the automatic functions of the body, such as blood pressure, body temperature, respiration, digestion, pulse, mood, immune and hormonal modulation, and circadian rhythm. You've probably heard of something called circadian rhythm, right? The word circadian comes from the two Latin words circa, meaning around, and dian means day. What this phrase is referring to is our daily rhythms. Balancing your daily rhythms is vital to emotional and mental wellness. Waking up with the sun each morning and taking in the natural light is an easy way to find this balance. So if the sun rises later than you do, you can purchase a therapeutic bright light box and alarm clock to set your circadian rhythm. It will be a valuable investment in your health. I remember when I lived in Ireland, I used this bright light box often when the sun didn't shine much in the winter months, and it really helped my mood and sleep patterns greatly. So in conclusion, to achieve peak mental performance, we really need to be exposed to daylight for at least 30 minutes every day. Our brains can't make enough serotonin without bright light, and we need that light through our eyes as well as on our skin. Use the sun judiciously, and your serotonin levels will be brought up. Your mood will improve, your vitamin D levels will rise, calcium will be more adequately absorbed, and your probability of achieving peak mental performance will be greatly enhanced. Doesn't that sound good? Sunshine never stops, right? But the clouds sometimes keep us from seeing it. Let our praise to the Lord be continual also. The psalmist writes in Psalm 34:1, "I will bless the Lord at all times. His praise shall continually be in my mouth." Thank you for watching, friends. I hope you've been encouraged to get outside for your solar therapy as often as possible. Please like this video, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Bye-bye.